Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I've got another strange, bizarre, obscure, weird thing that, I like to tinker, I like to figure things out. I'm a guy who guys like to overanalyze things. But that's good, because if we didn't, we wouldn't have sent a man to the moon. Anyway, have you ever taken a picture where you got a really shallow depth of field, the background's all out of focus, the foreground's all out of focus, and you've got only this much space to play with, and you're totally focused on someone's eye, and you go to take the picture, and right as you take the picture, the person moves back a little bit, or forward a little bit, and it's out of focus, and we've all had that, right? And then when I looked at some of these pictures, I noticed that there was a bunch of things in the foreground that were totally in focus, or just behind the person. And I said, if only they would have moved in this direction or in this direction, they would have still been in focus. So it got me thinking, how much space actually is there for movement? And I'm talking about really shallow f-stops, like lower than 1.8, 1.4, 1.1, even 0.95. So I have fashioned for my educational purposes and for your viewing pleasure this device. It is a long piece of foam core with markings on it. It's a measuring device for what I'm about to do. It's over 9 feet long, and right in the middle of it, the thing that I'm going to focus on, it's a brightly colored thing with sharp edge writing on it, and then I put markers every half a foot, 1 foot, 1.5 feet, 2 feet, with lines that I drew on here. They're not perfectly spaced. It's close enough for our demonstration purposes. So I just wanted to see roughly, do I have a little more space to play with this direction or in this direction, or is it right in the middle? Are we evenly spaced? If I focus right here, will I have just as much play on both sides? It's a valid question, right? I mean, it's a logical thing that a typical overthinking guy would want to know. Well, let's do this experiment. Maybe I'm wasting my time, I don't know, but it's just one of those curious things that, I don't know, that I just want to do to pass some time. So let's find out, shall we? So we're going to use all kinds of different lenses, all kinds of different cameras, and let's find out what's in focus and what's not. Here we go. Here, for example, we're looking through a Samyang 85 1.4. As we focus in the back and move our focus forward, you can see the range of what's in focus and how it's traveling forward and what goes out of focus. It's really cool if you think about it. This is a cool experiment. Now right away you can see where it starts to get blurry before the focus point and behind the focus point. The first impression is that you have more in focus in front, but remember the lines are closer to you, so they look further apart and it looks longer. It's actually kind of an optical illusion. It compresses more in the background. You've got the same amount of lines roughly compressed in a shorter distance, so it looks like it falls off shorter in the back. But if you actually look at it really close, it does look like you have a little tiny bit more to play with before the focus point. In other words, closer to the camera than you do behind the focus point. Now maybe some lenses are different, but from what I'm finding is you've got a tiny, tiny bit of more play in front of the focus point. Not much, but it looks like that's the case, at least from my testing here. I'm going to put a link below that you can download of a JPEG of all these tests that you can review, and maybe you've got one of these lenses here. This is like your boot camp. You know, you have to learn how much you have to play to get used to it, and then when you're out in the field and you don't have time to think, you kind of know, okay, I've got this much to play with. I try to think up things that most other photography channels don't do or don't think about or just couldn't care less about. Anyway, there must be somebody out there who wonders the same things that I do. I wonder, whatever it is, I try to do it. At least if nothing else, hopefully it's entertainment value. I will see you in the next video at Marcus Picks. Send your friends here, lots of cool photography stuff, tips, tricks, and answering questions and giveaways and whatever. Anyway, see you around, bye.